Hello, dear friend. It's a blessing to have you here. May this new morning gently wrap your soul in softness. May every word you hear now find a quiet place inside your heart. It is a joy to welcome you into this moment of peace, where we set aside the rush, the noise, and the worries to simply breathe in the presence of God. How good it is to have you here in this little spiritual refuge where we remember that we are not alone and that a greater care guides every step of our week. A new week always arrives like a silent embrace of possibilities. It carries within itself new opportunities, fresh beginnings, small miracles hidden in details we often overlook. But it is also true that inside us, anxiety about what is coming can begin to grow. Will I be able to handle everything? Will I have enough strength? Will this week be better than the last? How many times do we start a new week already emotionally tired, with a mind that runs faster than our heart can keep up, and a soul longing for rest? And that is exactly why this moment exists. To remind you that there is a God who sees you with love and understands every part of your life. He knows what worries you, what brings you joy, what frightens you, and what strengthens you. And before the week even begins, He is already taking care of your path. Before we continue, I want to gently ask you something. If these words bring peace to your heart, consider following this channel. Turn on notifications so that moments like this can find you wherever you are. We do this not as a mechanical habit, but as an act of care, because no one should walk through life without feeling that someone is praying for them. Now, take a deep breath. Allow your soul to rest for a moment. This is the time you chose to give to God, and He honors every minute you offer Him. You do not need to carry alone the weight that comes with the days. As Scripture teaches us, God renews the strength of those who draw near to Him sincerely, and He specializes in turning heavy beginnings into journeys filled with hope. And so, we want to consecrate this week to God's hands. We want to ask for peace, happiness, healing, direction, success in your projects, and above all, for His presence to be in every detail. Because when God participates in the beginning, He participates in the entire journey. Let us pray. Lord, thank You for this new beginning, stretched out before me like an open field of possibilities. Thank You for the gift of life, for the breath that reminds me I am here with purpose, and for every person You have placed around me as a blessing. Today, I ask, walk with me through this week. Bless each day, each decision, each encounter, each thought. Pour Your peace over the places where there is worry. Pour Your joy over moments that need light. Pour Your healing over old wounds, over the body, over the emotions. Pour Your guidance over the projects and paths I must walk. May this week be marked by Your presence and not by my concerns. Lord, guide my steps so that my day reflects Your love. Teach me to choose words that lift and not wound. May I be an instrument of serenity where there is anxiety. May my gestures carry balance and my eyes see opportunities where I once saw fear. Bless my home, my workplace, my commitments, my relationships. Bless my mind with clarity, my heart with courage, and my emotions with harmony. And when something slips out of my control, remind me that nothing escapes Yours. Now, let this phrase shine like a soft lamp inside your soul. A week becomes blessed when the heart learns to rest in God. This truth has the power to change our perspective, because what weighs down our week is not only what we have to do, it is the way we carry what we have to do. A restless heart finds burdens everywhere. A heart that rests in God finds peace even in the midst of work. Peace does not come from what we live. It comes from whom we walk with. And when we walk with Him, nothing is empty, nothing is accidental, nothing is without purpose. And as this inner sense of security grows within us, we begin to notice God in the details, in unexpected encounters, in silences that comfort, in opportunities that appear quietly. The week becomes less about surviving and more about perceiving divine care in each small moment. And from this place of rest, we continue our spiritual journey, allowing God's presence to deepen in everything we are about to experience. When we allow God to walk with us from the very beginning of our week, something inside us begins to shift. The worries that once seemed enormous gradually lose their strength as we remember that we are not carrying anything alone. Emotional weight becomes lighter. What once felt impossible starts to seem possible again, not because our circumstances instantly change, but because God gently strengthens us from within in ways we do not always see but always feel. It is interesting how often it is not the situation itself that exhausts us, but what we carry in our hearts about it. An old fear resurfacing, an unresolved expectation, a harsh word that lingered longer than it should, a memory we never fully healed from. The mind runs while the heart tries to keep up, and in that internal race, we lose the serenity we long for. But God does not call us to live with a tired soul. He invites us into His rest, not only in grand moments of prayer, but in the everyday experiences of the week. Perhaps you are facing something specific in these days. A project that requires focus, an emotional challenge, a decision you need to make, a change you did not expect, or maybe even God's silence, which can be one of the hardest things to carry. And that's all right. Each of these experiences is part of being human. What transforms them is not their absence, but God's presence within them. When He is here, the soul breathes differently. And so we continue this moment of prayer, surrendering to God every area of your life, even the ones you never told anyone about. Lord, stretch out your hand over this week set before me. Lead my steps with wisdom. Clear the fog of unnecessary worries from my eyes. Protect my heart from the anxiety that tries to distance me from your peace. Teach me to handle each situation with patience, with gentleness, and with spiritual maturity. Father, if there are paths I should not walk, show me with clarity. If there are decisions I must make, give me discernment. If there are opportunities that come from you, open my eyes to recognize them. And if there are doors that should remain closed, seal them with your love. Bless my projects, Lord. May everything I begin this week be guided by purpose, by focus, and by your direction. May the work of my hands prosper. May the ideas in my mind unfold with clarity. May my intentions be pure. Help me not to get lost in hurry, but instead move with confidence, step by step, remembering that you go ahead of me. Bring healing too, Father, healing in emotions, healing in the body, healing in relationships. Heal the words that wounded me. Heal the situations that left marks. Heal the memories that still cast shadows over the present. Restore connections that time has weakened. Bring together hearts that drifted apart. Rebuild homes that desperately need peace. And above all, heal what lies within, the place where we hide what we do not know how to express. Because when the inner world is restored, everything around us begins to align. A healed mind thinks better. A calm heart loves better. A strengthened soul walks through life with courage. And that is what we ask for this week. Balance, courage, clarity, and the deep awareness that nothing we face is beyond God's hands. Now, let this phrase deepen inside your spirit. When the heart walks with God, the week moves at a gentler rhythm. This truth carries a powerful spiritual principle. The weight of the week is not determined only by what we must do, but by the state of the heart that does it. An anxious heart carries twice the weight. A peaceful heart carries half. And a heart that walks with God does not carry anything alone, He lifts, He strengthens, He guides, and He steadies. This is why, throughout the week, we need small spiritual practices that keep us close to God's peace. A 1-minute pause to breathe and give thanks. A simple prayer whispered before making an important decision. A kind thought toward someone difficult. A moment of silence chosen instead of reacting impulsively. A gentle word offered without expecting anything in return. These small gestures hold profound spiritual power because they bring our hearts back to the right place. And as we continue to walk in this atmosphere of surrender and trust, something beautiful becomes clear. God does not bless only the great things. He blesses the ordinary. He blesses the daily. He blesses the quiet moments. Happiness often hides in simple places. An honest conversation, an unexpected moment of warmth, a door that opens quietly, a solution that comes without fanfare. God moves both in the extraordinary and in the subtle, but always with love. And it is from this awareness that strength rises within us to live this week with hope. Not a fragile hope, but a mature one, grounded, wise, steady. A hope that understands God is not only working in what we see, but also, and especially, in what we cannot yet perceive. And as the heart receives this gentle certainty, we continue walking in prayer, allowing faith, healing, and trust to take deeper root within us. And as we continue in this atmosphere of trust and surrender, a beautiful truth begins to settle quietly within us. When we open our hearts to God, He calms us before He calms the circumstances. He brings peace to our inner world before resolving what troubles our outer world. That is why a week becomes different, not because every situation changes instantly, but because we change from the inside out. God strengthens the heart that walks through the week, and that strength transforms everything. So often we long for quick solutions, visible results, immediate clarity. But God works in depth, not on the surface. He builds roots. He reshapes foundations. He prepares the soil of our soul so that peace, happiness, healing, and success in our projects are not isolated events, but fruits of a life aligned with His presence. As the days unfold, challenges may appear, some small, others unexpected. There may be moments requiring patience, situations asking for courage, conversations needing gentleness, or decisions demanding wisdom. But when God is near, even the challenge becomes an opportunity for growth. Peace becomes more steady. Happiness stops depending so much on circumstances and starts flowing from within. Healing happens at the right time. And success becomes more than achievement. It becomes purpose fulfilled. With this spirit of confidence, we continue to pray, Lord, remain close to me throughout this week. Surround my thoughts with your calm. Protect my heart from anything that tries to steal my joy. Give me balance in difficult situations, serenity in unexpected ones, and wisdom in the moments when I must choose which direction to take. May I be a person who spreads peace, who builds bridges, who brings harmony into every environment. Bless every project I hold in my hands, every idea still forming in my mind, and every dream quietly growing in my heart. May each step be guided by you. May each task be done with purpose. May each opportunity be received with discernment. Open the right doors, God, the ones no one else can open, and close those that would lead me away from your will. Lord, give me true happiness, the kind that does not fade with circumstances, but grows in the heart that trusts. Help me find joy in the simple moments, in a good conversation, in an unexpected smile, in the quiet certainty that you are taking care of everything. Let gratitude shape my week, and let my eyes recognize blessings even in ordinary days. Continue to bring healing, Father. Heal memories that still hurt. Heal emotions that speak louder than truth. Heal insecurities that try to dictate decisions. Bring healing to the body, renewal to the mind, and comfort to the soul. And extend your healing to my home, my family, and the people I love. And now, let this phrase sink gently into your spirit. When God blesses the weak, even what once felt difficult begins to make sense. This truth carries a promise. It does not mean everything will be perfect, but it means everything will be possible with Him. A blessed week is not one without challenges, but one in which every challenge becomes an opportunity to grow closer to God. It is a week lived with purpose, with clarity, with gratitude. A week where we see His fingerprints even in moments that feel ordinary. A week that reminds us we are cared for in ways we do not always see, but constantly experience. With this assurance in our hearts, let us enter our final prayer for this week. Beloved Lord, pour emotional healing over my life and over those praying with me now. Restore relationships weakened by time or misunderstanding. Bring together hearts that have drifted apart. Renew bonds that need tenderness and reconciliation. Give us peace for the day ahead. Calm what is restless. Soften what feels heavy. Shine clarity where confusion has lingered. Grant us wisdom in our words, kindness in our actions, and discernment in everything we do. Guide our choices so they reflect your presence. Guard our minds so no destructive thought finds a home within us. Protect our hearts so hope remains alive even in difficult moments. Bless this entire week with quiet prosperity, true harmony, and joy that flows effortlessly. May your love be present in our gestures, your light in our paths, and your goodness in everything our hands touch. And if this prayer has touched someone's soul today, may that person feel right now the gentle embrace of heaven surrounding their life with purpose and peace. If this message brought comfort to your heart, feel free to share a word of faith in the comments. Your light may be exactly what someone else needs today. And if you would like to receive daily devotionals, you are warmly invited to join us. And now, with serenity, we close this sacred moment. May God bless your week from beginning to end. May He fill your days with peace, happiness, healing, and success in all your projects. And may every new morning remind you of how deeply loved and cared for you are by your Father. See you tomorrow